Hey class, I'm going to talk a little bit more about our project. It's called the Lemming Project. Right now I've only seen one person, and that's Destiny, who's got anything remotely resembling some kind of progress. So what I need you to do is I need you to come up with those ideas. I want to see your sketches, see your ideas, take pictures of them, put them in Google Classroom and Google Slides. And I want to see how you're coming up with these ideas. Now, let me just show you a couple options in case you're confused. Here is one that I kind of came up with this idea. I wanted lots of rabbits. And why do I like rabbits? I just like them. I like rabbits. So what I'm going to do here is this. I found a good picture of a rabbit on the internet. And here's the one I'm going to make a little bit smaller here. I'm going to put him about right there. And then what I'm going to do is I took that one picture, cut him out, and then copied them. You can see all these rabbits are pretty much looking the same. They're just arranged. These guys in back are slightly smaller, other than these two in front. Now this particular rabbit, what I did is I reversed his body and then reversed his hip over here and made this new rabbit from the parts of these other ones. And then I went to color and hue under image. If you want to see how to do that, if you go up here to where it says image, you can go image and adjustments, and then you can go hue, saturation, or color. And then what I did is I changed him to blue. So my idea here was this, is I really feel that our society has a lot of sort of lemmings, people that are just following each other and looking in the same direction. But then you've got some people, and sometimes I think some of those people that are looking in the other direction are the youngest people, because their minds aren't, they're still fresh in their thoughts, and they're formulating their ideas. And I also like the idea of if you ever see the book, The Lord of the Rings, where the smallest hobbits end up making the biggest impact on the world. So what we have here is we've got one rabbit that's blue. And to me, blue represents the truth. If you're true blue, he's looking or following the truth. He's not following other people. And he's also influencing this rabbit here. Notice he's the only one that's kind of small as well, and he's looking in the same direction. So my idea behind this painting is that this one person, hopefully me, hopefully you, is going to look for the truth and not follow the crowd. And hopefully by your example, you may lead others to that same path. So that's the idea behind this painting. And personally, I just like rabbits. I like seeing them outside. I like seeing them in my yard. To me, there's something refreshing and fun and beautiful about rabbits in your yard. Next, another approach to the same project. Here's a still life that I took, and what I did is I just photographed some vegetables and fruits in my house, and I noticed that we've got a lot of red vegetables in my house, and I really couldn't find anything other than a lemon. And I thought I liked the contrast between the reds and the yellows. So there's a big contrast there. But then you could also look at other analogies to use, like, for example, lemons are sour, and most of these are sweet. I guess maybe the pepper's not, but so we've got this thing, and also he's on the outside. Notice they're all inside a container. So the other thing I liked about this, I just love the reflections of the glass. I love all the colors that you can see in the glass here, because I think that would really make for a beautiful looking either pastel painting. Look at the colors reflected in the glass there. Now you can also crop your picture. You might decide, hey, I want to crop it like this up close. That way I really can see those colors, because I wanted my painting to have a meaning, but I also want it to be beautiful. And there's something about these colors that are beautiful. Now here's the same exact idea, just taken from a totally different angle. And I purposely like, this happens to be a little tablecloth we have at our house, and I love it because it's got so much color in it, and design-wise, it repeats the same colors in here. So there's reds here, there's greens here, there's a yellow stripe, and there's a yellow lemon. So we've got the idea of this crowd. Now notice this crowd, they're all a little different. I guess that's a reflection of the society we live in. We're not all the same. We've got different races and ages and all kinds of levels of people in our country. But there's a similarity between them. Whereas this particular person, or this particular thing that's represented here, is different. It's definitely jumps out, it stands out. So think about your idea. Think about the resources that you have available to you. Do you want to use resources in your house like this and photograph them? But don't just, take a lot of different photos from different angles and then ask yourself, Would this be a beautiful painting? Would this be something I'd really want to show? So maybe I want to crop this down. Maybe I decide, hey, you know what? I'm going to crop it a little bit closer like this. You know, I like it with these things running off the top and bottom. Remember, I want less on this side. Or you can go back to my rabbit idea here, and you can do multiple layers. So all I did is cut out the rabbit, and I just kept duplicating the layer and then moving them around. This one I changed blue. I cut his head and changed it different. So think about how you can do that, how you want to crop it. You know, how do you want your final image to be? These guys, I like them to all be sort of contained in here rather than running off. But I could have them all, I could zoom in here and have them running off the top. But I want them contained. Maybe I'll bring up the bottom a little bit. But I like this little blue guy over here who's not following the crowd. And also I like the fact that he kind of fits in with the background a little bit with the beautiful sky here. So that's what we're doing. I need you to come up with some ideas. I need to see those ideas. So you have to actually work on them. Don't just say, I got something brewing in my head here. I want to see some ideas on paper. And then once you get these ideas, let's say I did this in Photoshop, you can use that transparency projector to project this onto your pastel paper, because I don't want to have to redraw all these rabbits. But since I set this up, this is my idea, and I don't have a problem with you using the projector for that. Since I took this photo, you can use the projector for that. It's your photo. But if you just find something as is and don't manipulate it or change the background, and I don't want to claim it as yours. So these particular rabbits, I just put them on a clear background, and then what I did here is I found another background. I love these rolling hills here, and just set that behind all the rabbits in Photoshop. So that would be my idea. I like pastels. I plan on doing this in pastels just because I really like rabbits, and I think this is something I think would look pretty cool and get people to talk. Well, why is this guy blue? Why is he looking the other way? And there's an idea behind it, and that's the idea that I told you about. And that's it. So let's get going on those ideas. Post them. I want to see what you have. I'm going to be back pretty soon, and I want you to be well into this project working on it. I got to see some results here. That's it.